Time for us to check in with Dr. John Nelson. John's the curator and director of the A.C. Moore Barium at University of South Carolina. Dr. John, welcome to Making It Grow, and what type of mystery do you have for us tonight?
Well, hello there again. Tonight we have a very interesting plant, like all of my plants. This is a plant that is a member of the morning glory family. Sometimes people will see it and they'll think, well, it's some sort of morning glory. But it's not really. It's just a cousin of a morning glory. Now, this particular plant is a native, but it's most of the time thought of as a weed. And it's real interesting that there are a number of native species that most of the time we know of as behaving as weedy plants. A lot of times we think of only the imported plants being weedy, but no, it can be some of the natives doing that as well.
Well, it's amazing, John, that when we talk about plants that are akin to morning glories, you know, we've got people now using weeds as ornamentals around the home. We have morning glories. A lot of people are using morning glories around the home landscape, the cypress vine morning glory. And cotton farmers and soybean farmers, that's the last plant they want to see.
Yeah.
Right. Now, then this one, like I said, it's a relative of a morning glory. It's not nearly as nasty as most of those morning glories that just go crazy and will twine all over a fence or a bank or wherever. This one twines a little bit. I sort of think it would be kind of fun to grow it in a flower pot or some kind of a hanging basket. It might be sort of pretty. And it being native, it is found in South Carolina all over the coastal plain. And it gets all the way down over to Texas and then down into South America. So you can see that it's probably at its northern limit in eastern North America, right about where we are.
Ooh, it goes all the way down there. It must have a very big passport to be moving around the world like that.
I don't think you need
quite
a
a bit of
passport
plant
sometimes.
to go all the way down into South America.
I think it must speak Portuguese or Spanish too.
Okay, just pretend like we're sitting in your class taking a quiz now and your students are stumped on the first question. You got to give us some hints.
Well, it's, you know, the color is very pretty, and everybody knows what color the flowers are. And one of the interesting things about the flowers is on the sepals, or the part of the flower that's just below the petals, they produce a big shock of very soft, grayish brown hairs. And to me, it looks like something you might clean the kitchen floor with.
Well, the color of the flower is blue. And I don't spend a whole lot of time cleaning my kitchen floor.
I think he's talking about a mop.
Must be a blue
I think
mop.
he's talking about a mop, yeah.
You know, are you familiar with the plant?
No, but I know what you clean the kitchen floors with.
Yeah.
Really? Blue mop?
Blue
And
mop.
if you do it a lot, you're a mop head.
Oh, blue mop head. Okay.
Woo!
Well,
That was fun.
you gave the right clues and we guessed it.
Blue mop head. That was really fun.
And this plant, you don't see it up in the Piedmont, South Carolina area very much, I assume.
No, it seems to be pretty much restricted to the coastal plain counties. I don't think that I think it only barely gets into North Carolina, so it might be too cold up in the Piedmont.
So how tall does it get, John?
Well, it's not too tall. It's just you know, rambling around on the ground, but sometimes it'll mound up a little bit.
All right.
A couple of feet tall.
Okay.
And I assume it is an annual like all the other morning glories.
It is an annual. This
Right.
is an annual
Okay.
species.
Well, very good, Dr. John. That was one that you gave some good clues on, and your students here pretty well decided what it was.
Morgan is more domestic than I am.
Yeah.
I'm very pleased with those students.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much. Dr. John Nelson, the curator and director of the A.C. Moore Barium at University of South Carolina. And Dr. John, we appreciate all the great work you do for the citizens of the state, especially for the local county extension offices, identifying all these weeds, because we do send lots of weeds to Dr. John.
And he loves every one of them.
Yeah, I know it.